Hello everyone, today I wanted to discuss the Arsenal versus Man City game that takes place at the Etihad on Easter Sunday. Key news coming from City and Pep Guardiola in his recent press conference today. Two massive names are out for the citizens, with Kanji and Ederson coming back into the fold, back from injury returning, but Walker and Stones are out for this fixture. Do I believe that Walker is actually out with an injury? I'm not sure, but according to Pep, he is. Massive area in which the Arsenal can exploit. Obviously, with Walker, he is a terrific player, very quick. Arsenal have Martinelli usually on the left side. Obviously, Martinelli is a doubt for this game. Hopefully, he'll be back. I think it'll be massive for Arsenal in the fixture if Martinelli is back. But they have that side, that left-hand side, that right-back spot to exploit. And if Martinelli's back when Kyle Walker is injured, then I think Arsenal could come up big in that position. Another key area of contention for City at the moment is that centre-back spot. With John Stones out, I know he's been playing in midfield, that right centre-back spot and that whole right side of defence could be up in the air. For Arsenal, some key areas of concern are whether you bring in Partey for Jorginho. Obviously, Jorginho lacks that pace in the battle and that physicality, but is an excellent reader of the game and an excellent passer. Then you got to look at Jesus, maybe playing Kai in the midfield and Jesus up front. Obviously, Jesus hasn't started much for Arsenal recently. Trossard maybe comes into the fold if Martinelli is out. So these are key parts and bones of contention for this Arsenal game. I actually think the predicted lineup for Man City will probably be something like this. I think Ederson, Lewis, Akanji, Diaz and Aki, which is kind of weak compared to what you'd usually have with Walker and Stones in there. Rodri, KDB, Kovacic. I know KDB is a doubt, but I think he probably will be fit for this fixture. Foden, Bernardo Silva and Haaland finishing off the front line, with Foden coming off that left-hand side, meaning that he's going to try and play havoc with Benjamin Rice. He doesn't necessarily have that blistering pace, but he is very quick-footed. And I think that could come into fruition in this game. Arsenal, however, have a terrific defence, a settled back line, so you know how they're going to start. I think Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Kivior are going to start. I think there's Zinchenko. He's shown vulnerabilities defensively, so I think he's not going to come into the fold for starting in this game. He may come in later in the second half sort of thing, but you've also got to remember against Liverpool, when we destroyed Liverpool, I think it was 3-1 in the end, Zinchenko played a massive part in that game and was actually the left back of choice, and he didn't come up too short in that game. In terms of midfield, I think you go Rice, Jorginho, Ødegaard. Although personally, if everyone was fully fit, I'd probably go Rice, Partey, Ødegaard, just for a bit more physicality and legs. I think that in this game, Rice is going to have to cover the gap between the defence and the midfield, as opposed to playing more advanced as he has recently, because Jorginho doesn't have the legs to do so, especially against KDB. Saka, Havertz and Martinelli would be my front line. I know Martinelli has a cut on his foot, but rumours are stating that he should be fit for this game. So that's positive going into battles. Obviously, the midfield battle. I mean, Arsenal's physicality is unmatched. They're a bigger team than City at this point in time, with Rice obviously being an addition, Havertz being 6'4". I know Haaland's tall as well, to be fair. I think the key battles will be if Martinelli's fit, playing against that right back in Lewis, because Lewis is good, but he's not as quick as Martinelli. Offensively, you've obviously got how Saliba and Gabriel monitor Haaland. Gabriel's obviously quite an erratic defender. It's hopefully he doesn't step up and let Haaland in behind, but these things do happen. I think the score prediction will be 1-1. And I think that you can't separate these teams. It's going to be a very boring game. It's going to be a cagey affair. But then I equally am quite confident going into it as an Arsenal fan. And I know that sounds weird, but we've been the best defensive team in the last 10 games. Best defensive team in the last 10 games this season. We've had the best XG on the XG table. Predicted the most points this season. I just think overall this season we have been better than Manchester City. We're not a better team than Manchester City on an individual basis, but we performed to a better level over the course of the season. And yes, this is where Man City famously do start to turn that screw and do start to really turn it on. And this is where their make or break for their season comes into head. But I am confident. I think Arsenal can even nick a win in this one. And weirdly, if you took out the sort of aura around Man City as a team and what they've achieved in the last few years, and it was just say for example, this was Liverpool, right, and you're going into this game and the results are exactly the same as City have now, I think you have Arsenal favourites for this. I don't think they are favourites because it's City and City are City and there's that aura there. But I do think that Arsenal can get something out of this. And you look at Arteta, even when he had people like, obviously there was the 5-0 where Xhaka got recorded, but even when he had a worse team, when he had Aubameyang, he has always looked good against City. I'm not saying he's won. Obviously, he won in the FA Cup against City, and he won twice this season already in the Community Shield and at the Emirates. But yeah, he has always looked good in games against Pep. He's usually quite well prepared. So I think 1-1. I think the goal scorer will probably be someone like Saka or Havertz. Hopefully he disrupts the backline. But obviously Haaland or Foden are going to be the key men, maybe KDB, for City. Hopefully, if Ederson comes back in, he's not fully fit. That can be something with Prowler. City definitely seem to have the worst array of injuries at this present moment in time. But we'll wait and see. Hopefully Martinelli's fit. Hopefully Arsenal can get 3 points. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think the score prediction is going to be below. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see more from me. Thank you for watching and goodbye.